Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to be talking about something that there have been rumors about, and now they are officially true. So Marshall confirms the worst kept secret in gear and unveils vintage reissue pedal series. A year after the Blues Breaker reboot was first teased, and just days after the entire range was spotted in the wild, Marshall has finally announced the return of the Blues Breaker, Shredmaster, Drive Master, and Governor. In an announcement that confirms possibly one of the worst kept gear secrets of all times. I don't know if it's the worst kept, because they were teasing it the entire time. Marshall has now officially unveiled reissues of its most famed stomp boxes. Guitar fans first began to speculate that Marshall had something in the works a year ago this month, when the gear collector named by Lucia cryptically claimed the amp icon had an updated Bluesbreaker overdrive pedal in the pipeline. For a year, everything went quiet, but a few weeks ago, that same gear collector had physical pictures to back up his claims, and not long after, the entire run of pedals, comprising of the Bluesbreaker, the Shredmaster, the Drive Master, and the Governor, as now formally stylized by Marshall, was demoed by the Pedal Pawn YouTube channel. This all occurred without a peep from Marshall, so it really comes at no surprise that yes, the pedals are actually back. They're up for pre-order right now. I don't believe you can actually physically get them in your hand, so it's going to be a little while before you can actually get them and they get shipped out. With aesthetics and tone that are said to be faithful recreations to the original forebearers. So these are basically just, it's a recreation. So it's the same exact pedal, probably same exact circuit. JHS, maybe when you get a hold of one of these, break one of these open and break them down for us. Now, we'd far more excited about this drop if it had been a total surprise, but although the sheen of the reissue range has been somewhat tarnished by spoilers, there's no denying that it's a pretty big release for Marshall, which hasn't released a new product in quite some time. Yeah, Marshall and pedals, that's not something you usually hear together. You think Marshall, you think amp, you think, amp head, speakers, cabinets, things along those lines. As an overview, four of Marshall's most famed effects pedals have been faithfully revived to the original dimensions. Those with already crammed pedal boards may not be too keen in tonal capacity. Yeah, these are big pedals, so these are not your standard size Boss pedal or your mini pedal, which would be kind of nice if they actually gave us mini pedals alongside with these that are the same thing, just smaller. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Starting with the Bluesbreaker, because we've seen it a few times already, Marshall has labeled the stomp box an authentic reissue, retaining controls for gain, volume, tone, as well as a familiar circuit in an attempt to harness the Mark I Bluesbreaker tone that John Mayer used throughout Continuum. So despite its humble design, the 2023 Bluesbreaker is also said to be capable of harnessing the same overdrive tones that Eric Clapton captured while using the 1962 Bluesbreaker amp from which the pedal got its inspiration. It's also a far cry cheaper from an original Mark I Bluesbreaker pedal from 1991, which commands a price for upward of $1,000 on the used market with its $249 price tag. So all of these pedals, I believe, are going to be $250 or $249, whatever. Bluesbreaker is joined by the Governor, a distortion pedal that takes inspiration from the original 1988 unit, which promises a faithful recreation of its smooth overdrive sound with a touch of compression. Again, this control layout is at no surprise, with the pedal featuring knobs, gain, bass, middle, treble, and level. Notable users of the Governor include the late Gary Moore, who revealed to Guitar World back in 2004 that he had used the Marshall Stomp Box on his legendary Still Got the Blues album. From the Governor came a slightly updated Drive Master, another pedal that has received a new lease on life from Marshall. The idea of the original Drive Master was to take the Governor a stage further with a 3-band tone network acting as a de facto extra amp. Its design aims shared by the reissued Drive Master, which is gain, bass, middle, treble, volume controls, aims to meticulously bring that same tone back to life for modern players. Completing the set is a revived take on Marshall's first ever high gain pedal, the Shredmaster, with a new for 2023 unit promising to accurately recreate the iconic Shredmaster sound. Again, it's very straightforward, very familiar. Gain, bass, contour, treble, volume parameters. Just like the Bluesbreaker, the Governor, the histories of both the Drive Master and Shredmaster are littered with names of high-profile players, with the likes of Jeff Beck using the former and Radiohead's Johnny Greenwood favoring the later. And just like the Blues Breaker, each of the remaining reissues all carry a $2,249 price tag, making them far more affordable compared to their vintage forebears. Number of items and retailers such as Guitar Center have the pedals up for pre-order. If you want to find out more, you can go to Marshall has officially put them all over the website. So if we go to Guitar Center, yep, I know I have ad blocker on. Yeah, they're all up here, $249. So, just for a reference, for excuse me, I'm still fighting a cold. For what these are going for used, over $100 more. So a governor, an original vintage governor, you're talking $350, easy. Here's a broken one, $210, but the lowest price you're gonna find a vintage one is $350. We can go ahead and take a look at the other ones as well, but I think they're all, if I remember correctly, they're all in the same price range. Let's see here. Yeah, you have the vintage correct ones. Actually, are even worse. You're talking $500 for a Blues Breaker, if you're looking for a vintage one. So, do I think this is going to potentially lower the price of the vintage ones? Being that these are, supposedly authentic reissues, you actually can't even find one on Reverb of a Drive Master. You can only find the reissue pedals. You can't even find a new one or a vintage one. What was the last one that I'm missing? I did the Governor, did the Drive Master, didn't do the Shred Master. Let's see if we can find one. If we can even find a Shred Master, because apparently you can't find a Drive Master. $450. Yeah, so $270. Actually, yeah, they're around the Shred Master seems to be around the same price. Apparently, it's the Blues Breaker that I guess is the most popular one, being that one is going for $600. But I think what this comes down to is if these are authentic reissues, even with that $250 price point, people are going to buy them. I bet you somebody like JHS. I've definitely done a few videos about their pedals, as some of the faithful subscribers will know. But I'm hoping that they will do like a shot-for-shot comparison. Like actually physically take the pedals apart, look at the circuit board, see if it is a shot-for-shot remake, or at least do an A/B comparison. Sound between the two, and if it's essentially the same thing, people are going to flock to these things. People are going to buy them up because they want them. They don't want to spend $600 on a vintage pedal when they can get the new one for a third of the price. Will I personally be buying one of these? I don't know. I don't feel like I have a need for one of these. I don't have a space on my board right now. That is for sure. But maybe if I find a used one later on, a little bit cheaper than $250, I might go for it. But I don't foresee myself actually buying one of these. But I think the biggest thing is they're big. They're big, hefty pedals. They're wide. They're going to take up a lot of space on your board. Modern players, I don't know if they're going to really want these, but your vintage guys, your older dudes, your classic rock, your dad rock, if you will, that they've been wanting one of these for a while, and we're like, yeah, I can't justify spending $600 on a pedal, but I can justify spending $250 on a pedal. Yeah, they're going to be the guys that come swoop these up. It looks like the Blues Breaker, I think, is probably going to be the main one. It seems like that's going to be the go-to pedal that everybody buys out of these four, because it seems like that's the most expensive used, so that's why I'm assuming that that's the one everybody's going to go after. You're talking, it's been like, 30 years since someone actually made one of these things? Yeah, 1990. So you're talking, 33 years ago was when this thing came out, possibly even older. But who knows? Vintage reissue. Yeah, someone already got a hold of one of these. That's kind of funny. Someone got a hold of the reissue one, and they're trying to get double the price for it. That's kind of funny. Hold off, my friends. Hold off. Wait another month or so. They're up for pre-order on Guitar Center's website. If you want one, go get one. Let's see if there's an actual release date on these things based on Guitar Center. Let's do the Blues Breaker. Do we have a release date? We have a pre-order. Will ship as soon as it arrives. Yeah, it doesn't specify when this thing is going to come in stock. But month or two, hold off. There you go. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, let me know what you want to see for future guitar and music related content. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.